Total crypto market cap sitting at around $3 trillion. Bitcoin breaking all-time high. Cardano sitting at resistance, but on the cusp of breaking out. What is up, everyone? Welcome to Crypto Capital Venture. Hit the subscribe and like on the way in. I really appreciate it. Let's jump into the video. Market cap, just a quick glance. I've got to take a quick glance. $3 trillion market cap. What boggles my mind, if you just open this up and take a glance, and I've been doing videos, right, for almost 4 years here, almost every day, daily crypto videos, talking all through this area. Like, just look at this, December 2018, $103 billion market cap. And look at the path that we just took through $1 trillion, through $2 trillion, up to $3 trillion. Like, sometimes I just sit here, I'm just like, are you serious? Did that really play out the way that a lot of us were really thinking it would? A lot of us were really hoping it would? And the answer is yeah, so far it has. And I think it's going to continue, everybody. Let's go to Bitcoin on the weekly, and then we'll pivot to Cardano. Just please note, this is not financial advice, everybody. This is me tracking the data. It's extremely reliable on these macro charts. It has been reliable. Will it continue to be so? We will see. But this is not financial advice. This is just my journey. This is my crypto journey. And this is what it looks like on the weekly. All-time high right there. What I want to talk about real quick is, and we're going to dig into this move, but coming down off of that recent all-time high to a very pivotal area, which I'm going to show you on the daily, and then just this move right here, coming back up, and then coming down as a consolidation, a higher low right here at this 20-week moving average. Very, very similar vibes to this move. And we're going to dig into this on the daily. Coming off of this move, this is a 1618 macro bounce in July of 2017. But coming off of that move, right, up and consolidation to the 20-week moving average. So this consolidation move right here, very similar in my view to right here and continuation. Let's go to a daily chart and talk about that real quick. So here's actually this is 6 hour. Let's go to the daily chart. Here's the daily chart, and a couple things are going on here. And I want to just really paint the picture very nicely because it looks like there's a lot, but check this out. If you've been watching my YouTube channel, you know from the last bull market high to the bear market low, you know about the bull market door area, this November breakout, this green rectangle, the bull market doors, but we've also tracked this, the 1618 of the same Fibonacci. And that 1618 got a bounce of support that we were tracking. This was our case for the continuation of the bull market. Even after this huge dip, we were tracking the 1618 bounce, and it happened beautifully. Now, keep in mind, with the same exact Fibonacci on the macro, the same exact type of bounce happened off of a 1618 in the middle of the last bull market. I talk about this often. But here's the move. Off of that bounce, Bitcoin continued up and then kind of consolidated back down before continuation, and in the process, breaking all-time highs. Off of this bounce, consolidation, up to break all-time highs. It's a very similar move. And if we go to the weekly now and we illustrate this, let me close this 6 hour because I keep opening it. If we illustrate this on the weekly chart, this is what I'm seeing. And this is kind of where I think we are in this bull market. So there's that 1618 bounce back in 2017. And here, right here, let me get my brush. Right here is the 1618 bounce right now, 2021. So there's the bounce there. Here's this upward consolidation to the 20-week moving average, and then boom. And then back here, here's the 1618 bounce right here. There's this upward move, and then consolidation to the 20-week moving average, similar to what we just had off of the 20-week moving average, and then boom to new all-time highs. So in terms of where we are on these charts, it very much so looks like we're right around here from a technical area, not so much from a time frame area. What I want to do is look at the daily chart and keep this in mind. Back then, when we got the 1618 bounce, and this is kind of where I think we are in the bull market, it was 363 days post the 2016 halving. 363 days for Bitcoin in that bull market to get this 1618 bounce. This time around, the 1618 bounce from the 2020 halving took 532 days. I'm sorry, it took 421 days. But it was definitely longer. It's definitely been a longer cycle, as we all know, we all have realized, we've all talked about. It's been a longer cycle. And so to get that 1618 bounce, it took longer after the 2021 2020 halving. Therefore, from where we are right now, there's quite likely a bunch of bull market left, in my opinion. And to dig deeper into that notion real quick, this area, this 1618 bounce was 70% of the way to the bull market high. So basically from the 2016 halving to the 1618 bounce, that was 70% of the way to the all-time high. If we do the same thing, take the same logic, this 2020 halving to the 1618 bounce, if that was 70% to the next Bitcoin all-time high, bull market high, that would take us into January. January would be kind of that top off area for Bitcoin. Many people probably thinking it could definitely go longer, and it very well could. But the data suggests that January, meaning a couple months at the very least, very, very, very possible. And I don't want to say likely, but in my opinion, likely for Bitcoin, especially when you're looking at the weekly and you're looking at all these other indicators, you're looking at on-chain metrics. There was a lot of awesome talent out there watching that stuff. I don't cover the on-chain metrics that much, but when you're looking at all these things, you're looking at the demand of Bitcoin. There is such a case that Bitcoin is going to continue up in the next couple months. So will it happen? You got to be careful, everybody. You really do. But the data is suggesting it's in play. And the data has been very reliable. Everything from the bull market doors back here in November, the 1618 bounce that we got when we were saying, hey, we're still in the bull market. Let's see continuation of the bull market. We got the bounce, and here we are, all-time high. Months later, patience, of course, but here we are, all-time high. Let's pivot now to, you know it, Cardano. I left this open real quick. I wanted to leave it open. The Cardano was a stable coin. This was from my last video. I won't have this there every video, but I thought it's really glaringly obvious to put this here to illustrate that Cardano is not, in fact, a stable coin. So actually, while I'm recording the video, I'll delete it, right? So Cardano is a stable coin, Cardano was a stable coin, Cardano was a stable coin. And the whole point is what happened after all that market sentiment about Cardano being a stable coin. What happened after? Cardano took off, Cardano took off, Cardano took off, Cardano took off, and here we are. Cardano's a stable coin. Well, let's see what happens. So here it is on the weekly chart. Just a couple things I want to note. We talked about how the last weekly candle was going to close. Basically yesterday, we wanted to see a green candle. We wanted to see it above the 20-week moving average. As I zoom in here, you can see that green weekly candle closed above the 20-week moving average. It's a green candle. And now Cardano even getting some separation above and away from the 20-week moving average on the weekly. Really important for Cardano. The thing I'm watching is this downtrend that we've been in on the momentum oscillator, slower moving momentum oscillator, the downtrend since February. Can we break this trend line? This could be the parabolic phase for Cardano. We're going to continue monitoring that. If you look at the MACD, a momentum shift is in play. Could take a couple more weeks. You can see kind of a very similar upward shift here in the last MACD in August. And here we are. It's starting, the histogram starting to kind of turn back to a light red as we approach the zero, hopefully, on the histogram. So that's the weekly. There could be a huge, huge shift happening, but where does it start? It starts at resistance, and it starts here on the daily chart. The daily chart, first piece of resistance, that blue line, everybody, the 50-day moving average for any crypto chart. It is so big, so huge. We call it like I call it the ocean of resistance, because it's just such a huge indicator and a helpful indicator in terms of what is next for any crypto. So if I go to settings real quick, this is how I kind of like to illustrate it. If I open the histogram on this, check this out. We're in the ocean, right? But in these bullish moves, you see Bitcoin, you see Cardano, you see whatever, any crypto in these upward trends, you see them just exploding out of that ocean. It's like a dolphin is how I've always explained it, and seeing support above the ocean, right? So that's the move we're looking for. And you can just see right now on Cardano, right now, it is right below the 50-day moving average. It's right around $2.13. Now, confluent with that is very important resistance on the 6-hour, which is literally what I'm watching. It's what I'm watching right now. It's what we tracked in the last video. It is this range And it's this last Fibonacci before the drop off, right? This last consolidation swing high to the swing low. We already saw this resistance one time right here, this range, 212 down to around 205. This green rectangle of resistance, Cardano on the 6 hour grappling with it right now. And right now, actually, as I do this video, we just opened a new green 6 hour candle. So the first thing that I wanted to see, number one, is where does this 6 hour candle close? Not very far above it. It is literally at 212, just slightly above the exact 786 line. So right now, for me, we're still in resistance, right? So because we have the 212 at the 786, but remember on that daily chart, right around 213 is the 50-day moving average that we just looked at. There's the 50-day moving average. And you can see Cardano with this new candle opening on the daily chart. Guess what? We are just below. And it's a red candle right now, but it literally just opened like 1 minute exactly ago. So we have to see how this plays out. But what I'm watching for, and this is pretty much why I want to do this Cardano video, I want to see what happens at this exact moment. The 50-day moving average, can we get a daily move, a daily candle, a daily green candle above and closing above that 50-day moving average? This whole entire downtrend, we're talking about all the way back from all-time high, all the way back here, beginning of September, Cardano has not done it, right? So we are very close because this daily candle that just closed, it almost closed above the 50-day moving average. And now we're in a new daily candle. What will the next 24 hours bring? The next 24 hours, I think I'll put it in the title of this video, are important for Cardano, and that is why. Now, let's note something real quick from just a pattern perspective. If we're looking at what actually is taking place, Cardano, even though it's in this resistance area, it did break out of this upper trend line of this descending triangle that you see here in yellow. It's a very good sign. Do not be surprised at all if there's resistance at the 212, 213 area that we just tracked, and we're coming back down to trickle along this entire upper trend line. Do not be surprised at all if Cardano's testing $2 once again. But can Cardano make the move? Can it see the breakout that we're all waiting for? This is what it would look like. There's the daily 50-day moving average. And here is the 6 hour chart currently sitting at resistance. And remember, that resistance is this little consolidation area to that swing low, right back up to the 212 area, put that at 213, but 212 to 205. We're in resistance. Let's see what Cardano does. Everybody, I really appreciate you cruising by. If you're not staking your Cardano, stake with CCV3. We're growing these pools. There's a lot of really cool things in the works. Really cool things in the works that we're going to be talking about hopefully in the next couple of weeks in terms of participating in, certain projects that are doing certain things, right? Many of you are aware. I'll just say, we applied for the Sunday swap, the ISO, but also just on the other end of the equation, what we're doing is just really cool stuff with Place of Hope, WEQ&T stake pool we've been doing stuff with, but Place of Hope, we have a cool announcement coming with them and what they're doing, and all of your support as we grow these pools, as we grow Crypto Capital Venture. We're doing really cool things with it, and I think there's a lot more to come, God willing. So let's see what happens, everybody. I really appreciate you. Subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Hit the like. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.